Welcome to the Conversation Corner, your gateway to mastering English in the modern world. Whether you're beginning your journey from scratch or just brushing up your skills, this episode is crafted just for you. Let me start with a little story that might resonate with many of you. A few years ago, a friend of mine, Emma, decided to travel solo to Italy. Excited and a bit nervous, she packed her bags, including a small Italian phrase book she'd crammed from. On her first day, she walked into a quaint little cafe in Rome, ready to order her first authentic Italian espresso using her newly learned phrases. With a confident smile, she said her order in Italian, only to receive a puzzled look from the barista. After a moment of awkward silence, the barista replied in perfect English, "I'm sorry, what did you just say?" This moment, embarrassing as it was, sparked a realization for Emma. She hadn't practiced enough real conversational English, which she later found to be more valuable than her phrasebook Italian. It was then she decided to truly immerse herself in learning languages, not just to order coffee correctly, but to connect with people and cultures on a deeper level. So today, let's embark on this journey together. Grab your notebooks or just lend your ears closely. Let's unlock a world of opportunities and ensure you're never lost in translation. Join me as we explore effective and engaging ways to master English in 2024. Why learn English? Well, it's the key to the global conversation. Over 1.5 billion people are currently learning English worldwide. That's about 1 in every 5 people on the planet. Whether it's for snagging that dream job, traveling around the globe, or just watching movies without subtitles, English opens doors. And in today's interconnected world, speaking another language, especially English, could mean the difference between watching from the sidelines and leading the game. And here's a fun fact to kick things off. Did you know that English is the official language of the skies? That's right. All pilots and air traffic controllers use English, regardless of where they are in the world. So next time you're flying, remember, English isn't just about conversations on the ground. It's also about conversations at 30,000 feet. But enough about the why. Let's talk about the how. And there's no better place to start than building a strong vocabulary. Stay tuned as we explore some top strategies to expand your English vocabulary effectively, right after this break. Building a strong vocabulary foundation. I hope you're ready to tackle one of the cornerstones of learning English, building a strong vocabulary. Now, having a robust vocabulary isn't just about impressing your friends with big words. It's about clarity, precision, and being understood. Let's dive into some effective strategies that can help you expand your English vocabulary in 2024. First up, let's talk about spaced repetition. This is a learning technique where you review words at increasing intervals. It sounds a bit technical, but it's actually quite simple and super effective. Studies show that this method helps move information from your short-term memory to your long-term memory, making sure you remember words not just for the next test, but for life. And for those who love tech, there are numerous apps out there that can help you apply this technique. Apps like Anki or Quizlet let you create custom flashcards, and they remind you to review them at optimal times. It's like having a personal vocabulary coach in your pocket. Another key strategy is contextual learning. This means learning new words through the context of sentences or stories rather than in isolation. For example, if you come across the word conundrum, seeing it in a sentence like, "She faced the conundrum of choosing between a career she loved and a well-paying job," helps you understand its use and feel more naturally than just reading its definition. And here's a fun piece of advice. Try labeling things around your home with their English names. It's a bit of an old school method, but it's quite effective, especially for visual learners. Imagine opening your fridge and seeing labels like milk, cheese, and vegetables. It's a great way to reinforce your learning. Now, I promised a bit of humor, didn't I? Here's a vocabulary mix-up that always gets a chuckle. Did you know that a beginner once told their English-speaking friend they were terrified of cockroaches using the word petrified? While petrified does indeed mean immobilized with fear, it's often used to describe something turned into stone. So it sounded like the cockroaches had turned them into stone. A funny image, right? Jokes aside, engaging with language in a playful way is a great learning tool. It makes the process enjoyable and memorable. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. Sometimes they lead to the best learning moments. Now that we've armed ourselves with some robust vocabulary strategies, let's switch gears to something equally crucial: conversational skills. Stay tuned as we explore how to turn your newly learned vocabulary into flowing, natural English conversations. Enhancing conversational skills. Having a great vocabulary is one thing, but being able to weave those words into conversations that flow naturally, that's where the real magic happens. Let's dive into some effective strategies for enhancing your conversational English skills. First off, practice makes perfect. It's an old saying, but it holds especially true for language learning. Engaging in regular conversations in English is key. But I hear you ask, what if I don't have someone to practice with regularly? Well, in 2024, that's hardly a problem. Technology comes to the rescue with AI-powered chatbots designed specifically for language practice. These programs simulate real-life conversations and adjust their complexity based on your proficiency level. For instance, apps like Tandem or HelloTalk connect you with native speakers around the world. It's like having a coffee shop conversation right from your living room or wherever you like to learn. Plus, they provide immediate feedback, which is crucial for learning from your mistakes. Next, let's talk about listening skills. Improving these can significantly boost your conversational ability. Listen to English podcasts like this one or watch TV shows and movies in English. The trick is to choose content that you find genuinely interesting. This will keep you motivated to stick with it. And don't worry about understanding every single word at first. Focus on getting the gist, and over time, your comprehension will naturally improve. Now, here's a tip that combines both vocabulary and conversation: role playing. Create scenarios in your mind: ordering food in a restaurant, asking for directions, or making a phone call. Practice these out loud, preferably in front of a mirror. It might feel silly at first, but visualizing yourself in these conversations can build confidence and fluency. And for a bit of humor, remember the English learner who walked into a pet shop wanting to compliment the colorful parrots, but ended up saying, "Those pirates are beautiful," instead of parrots. It's a common mix-up, but it sure makes for a good story. Mistakes like these are not just funny. They're learning opportunities. They show you're trying, and every try takes you one step closer to mastery. With these tools and tips, you're well on your way to becoming a confident English speaker. But before we wrap up, let's explore some of the latest tools and resources that can accelerate your learning journey in 2024. Stick around. Tools and resources for 2024. We've covered vocabulary and conversational practices, but let's not forget about the tools at our disposal. The year 2024 is a fantastic time for language learners, thanks to technological advancements. Let's explore some of the most innovative tools and resources that can help you learn English more effectively. First up, let's talk about artificial intelligence. AI has revolutionized language learning. Platforms like Duolingo and Babbel now incorporate AI to customize learning paths based on your strengths and weaknesses. They analyze your responses and tailor exercises to challenge you just enough to keep you engaged without feeling overwhelmed. Then there are virtual reality, VR, and augmented reality, AR tools. Imagine putting on a VR headset and suddenly you're in a virtual English class or walking the streets of London, engaging with native speakers. It's immersive learning that can dramatically boost your understanding of both the language and the culture. And let's not forget about podcasts and audiobooks. These resources are invaluable for improving your listening skills and pronunciation. For 2024, platforms like Audible and Spotify offer curated playlists and titles specifically designed for English learners. They include slower paced readings and narrations with clear enunciation to help you catch every word. Moving on to mobile apps, we've seen some great innovations there too. Apps like Fluent U use real world videos, like music videos, movie trailers, news, and inspiring talks, and turn them into personalized language learning lessons. It's a fun and engaging way to see the language in action. Here's a pro tip. Combine these tools. Use an app for grammar and vocabulary, a podcast for listening, and VR for speaking practice. This multi-tool approach can help solidify your learning and make the process much more dynamic. Now, a little humor to lighten things up. Imagine using an AR app that misinterprets your request to see beach scenes and instead shows you peach scenes. Suddenly, you're learning all about different kinds of peaches in English. Well, it's a learning opportunity, right? As we wrap up today's episode, remember that the best tool is the one that you use consistently. Whether it's high-tech like VR or as simple as sticky notes on your fridge, consistency is key to mastering any language. Well, it looks like our time is almost up for today. Before we go, let's quickly recap the strategies and tools we discussed and how you can integrate them into your daily practice. Daily practices and habits. We've explored a lot about learning English, from building vocabulary to using cutting-edge tools. Now, let's discuss how to weave all these strategies into your daily life with some practical habits and routines that can help solidify your learning. First and foremost, consistency is key. Try to engage with English in some form every day. It doesn't have to be a long, drawn-out study session. Even just 15 minutes a day can make a huge difference over time. Here are a few daily practices that can fit into even the busiest schedules. Morning news. Start your day by listening to the news in English. Apps like BBC Learning English provide news summaries that are perfect for English learners. Lunchtime vocab. Use a flashcard app during your lunch break to review and expand your vocabulary. This can be a quick 5-minute activity that keeps new words fresh in your mind. Evening journal. At the end of the day, write a short journal entry in English. It doesn't need to be perfect. This exercise helps you practice your writing skills and makes you think about how to express your daily experiences in English. Another powerful habit is to set specific goals. Instead of vague ambitions like get better at English, set clear, achievable goals. For example, learn 5 new words each day, or have a 5-minute conversation in English with a classmate every week. These measurable goals can greatly improve your motivation and sense of achievement. Now, a bit of humor to remind us that learning should also be fun. Did you know that the fear of mispronouncing words can actually hold you back? Imagine going to an ice cream shop and not ordering your favorite flavor because you're not sure how to say pecan. Whether it's pecan or pukan, just go for it. The worst case scenario? A little laugh and a delicious cone. To wrap up, let's remember that learning English or any new language is a journey. It involves ups and downs, successes, and learning moments. Each small step you take builds towards greater understanding and fluency. Be patient with yourself and enjoy the process. Thank you so much for tuning into Conversation Corner. I hope you found today's episode helpful and inspiring. We're excited to continue this journey with you, so make sure to subscribe for more tips, strategies, and laughs along the way. Until next time, keep practicing and keep learning. Have a fantastic day, and remember, Every conversation is an opportunity to learn. See you next episode.